What's going on, everybody? As always, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you may be across the world. I am super blessed and honored to be your host, Javier Velez. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode, this edition of NFL Conference Championship games. Last week's episodes, we were covering the remaining 8 teams on their quest to win a Super Bowl. This week's episode, we have the Final Four, or the Fantastic Four, whatever you prefer, whatever you like. This one is going to be really special. This week's episode is going to be very similar to last week's episode, which was a divisional round. I am going to introduce the match, give you insights and facts, predict the winner and a score, and also give you my advice for sports bets if I were to take it. Having said that, let's take a deeper look into these 2 beautiful matches for this weekend. Don't forget, the winner of each matchup goes to the Super Bowl. Before I get started, I just want to say that all 4 teams that are participating this weekend are worthy of a Super Bowl appearance, and I cannot be more excited for kickoff. On that note, let's get started with the first game. Similar to last week, the first game on Sunday will start at 12:05 p.m. Pacific time. This game will be aired on Fox, and just like last week, you can also expect Joe Buck and Troy Aikman to be your commentary through the game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be visiting Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. This will be a rematch between these 2 teams as they met in Week 6. Tampa Bay ended up taking the game 38-10 against the Green Bay Packers. That was almost 4 months ago. So to point out the obvious, of course, both of these teams are different teams than they were in Week 6. I am super excited for this matchup because both teams are riding a winning streak. The Green Bay Packers have won 7 games in a row, whereas the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won 6 since their Week 13 bye. So unfortunately for one of those teams, that means somebody's gonna lose today. Both teams look impressive in areas that I thought I'd never say. For the Green Bay Packers, I was super impressed with their offensive line. They created so many big holes for the running back Aaron Jones, and they protected their quarterback Aaron Rodgers very well. They allowed him enough time in the pocket to survey the field and the defense, and possibly even look for the deep ball, which he connected on a couple times last week against the Rams. As for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, how can you say with a straight face that their defense was not impressive? They straight harassed Drew Brees and possibly even made him retire. The Bucs D came out with 4 turnovers in total. Off those turnovers, the Buccaneers offense scored 21 points. I think that both offenses for this game is going to do their job. I think it's going to come down to which defense steps up the most. Which defense is going to put pressure on the offense? Which defense is going to convert on 3 and outs? Which defense is going to have the most takeaways? I think those are the questions that need to be answered by the end of this game. The last thing Aaron Rodgers wants to do is let his NFC Championship stats come back to haunt him. Ooh, here we go. Let's get into the good stuff. What am I talking about? Well, Aaron Rodgers has a 1-3 record, 6 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions when he plays in the NFC Championship. That doesn't sound like no GOAT to me, and truth be told, people need to stop throwing that word out so freely and not knowing what it actually means. I mean, to his credit, he has played all games on the road, and this will be the first time that he's playing at Lambeau Field. So I don't know, maybe things are a little different, we'll see. If there's one thing that Tom Brady has taught me in my life and proven over and over and over and over and over again, is that you don't bet against them. And for that, I'm taking them in my prediction. I'm predicting that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming into Lambeau Field with a W. They are going to win the game 31-28. Now for my ballas and my shot callers, let's talk sports betting. I'm going to be real with you guys. I really don't like the odds for this weekend. They're really too close to call. The only way that I see a comfortable bet is if you put the Bucs on a teaser. The opening line was at 3. It moved to 3.5. So on the teaser, you're going to get the Buccaneers at 9.5, which is a pretty good take. Good luck, my friend. Hopefully the first game of the doubleheader leaves us plenty of excitement. and even with a little bit of mixture of surprises. The second game of the doubleheader is set to begin at 3:40 p.m. on CBS, and you can also expect Jim Nantz and Tony Romo to be your commentary throughout the game. This matchup will include the Buffalo Bills against the Kansas City Chiefs. Boy oh boy, what a matchup this will be. You know what's crazy? In the first matchup, I mentioned that those two teams met in week 6. Well, guess what? These two teams also met in week 6, and the Kansas City Chiefs ended up taking the W 26-17 against Buffalo. You know what's crazy is that the Buffalo Bills had 4 consecutive Super Bowl appearances: 91, 92, 93, and 94. Unfortunately for them, they lost 4 straight Super Bowls. How is that possible? I don't know. Ask the Bills Mafia, they'll tell you. Don't trip. I got you, baby boy. That was then, this is now. Where's the Buffalo Bills now? Well, right now they're running the 8-game winning streak. Last week I mentioned a stat that Kansas City Chiefs haven't beaten an opponent by more than 10 points since week 8. Well, guess what? That fact is still active. They still haven't beaten an opponent by more than 10 points since week 8. Speaking of the number 8, each of the Chiefs' last 8 wins have been by 6 points or fewer. Did you hear me? Do I have to repeat it? That means 8 of their last wins have come on one possession. One possession is key, especially in the playoffs. Here's one stat that is really concerning to me. In 3 straight games, Kansas City Chiefs have scored 22 points or fewer. Wow. That is super concerning to me because their star quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, ended up leaving the game last week due to a concussion. The commentators for the game kept pointing out that Patrick Mahomes was grimacing what appeared to be an injury to his left toe or his left foot. That also is concerning to me. If Patrick Mahomes cannot play 4 quarters today, the Kansas City Chiefs are really in trouble. The key for that offense is to get a comfortable lead before halftime. Easier said than done, but at the end of the day, the Kansas City Chiefs are an experienced group. Did you know that the Kansas City Chiefs are the first team in NFL history to host 3 straight AFC championships? That's amazing. So obviously the ball's in their court. They've been here, they've done that, they know what to do. Let's see them do it. On that note, as I mentioned before, if Patrick Mahomes can play 4 quarters, I can definitely see the defending Super Bowl champs going back to the Super Bowl to defend their title. I'm going to get bold here and I'm going to say Mahomie Magic is going to make an appearance. Patrick Mahomes is going to have an opportunity towards the end and win it on the last drive. The score? I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning 27-26 against Buffalo Bills. To all my ballers and shot callers, let's talk some money. Here I go, being honest again, man. So, just like the last matchup, I really don't like the odds for this game. The spread right now is 3 points. I think the over is a little bit too much. I don't think that they will complete the over, but I don't like betting the under. So, with that being said, I'm going with the same result. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills, and I need to put them on a teaser. I need to get those 9 points just to feel at ease. On the other hand, I would recommend just to even try out the player props, try out the game props, try out some props for this game. Have fun with this game. You know, there's going to be tons of offense, but there's going to be also a good amount of defense. It's going to be interesting. And as always, good luck, my friend. Well guys, that is all the time we have for today, and just remember, let's go underdogs, let's go road warriors, let's go Bucks, let's go Bills. Thank you so much for giving me another listen. I'm looking forward to 2 excellent games this weekend. This has been your host, Javier Velez, and as always, you guys can always give me suggestions. Please, I encourage suggestions, tips, comments, and even tutorials. Have a wonderful Sunday, and you will hear from me soon, very soon. Peace out.